If you've ever been hurt before, I want you to watch this video because these are lessons that I learned from my master and it will help you out. When it comes to learning, there's nobody ahead and nobody behind. I don't believe I was born with all the skills. I don't believe I was born confident. But what I do know is that if I decide that I'm gonna go in on something, I'm either gonna go big or I'm gonna go home. So the thing about hurt is that we've all been hurt before, and there's no such thing as pain that is not temporary, you know? I always say that this nature is kind of like the best indication to how everything is. There are no storms that last forever. Now, it's fair enough hearing all of this, but then if you're actually suffering from some sort of relationship hurt, or, you know, whether it be in business, whether it be in your romantic relationship, we've all been there before. So how do we actually best deal with it? And the best thing I found, the first thing is, you know, to prioritize our breath work. And the reason behind that is because a lot of the time when we're taking short breaths and then we're really stressed out in these situations, it's very hard for us to actually find a different perspective to look at it from. So actually to calm our mind, calm our stress first by breathing, that's deep, slow breaths. Now with the breathing in mind, now we have more clarity in terms of looking at the perspective, and this is called as-ising, okay? As-ising. What does that mean? It means that a lot of the time in life, we don't actually see things as it is, but in fact what we see is we see it worse than it is. Right? Think about it. Our mind is naturally programmed to think of the negative and all of the worst case scenarios. How many times have we actually overthought something and it wasn't actually what we thought it was in the first place? And that's why instead of thinking worse than it is, how do we clear our mind first? Then the second thing is, how do we look at it in exactly how it is, face value, not worse than it is? And a lot of the time you will realize that nothing is really done to us. It's actually a sequence that needs to happen for everything to pan out the way it is. Now, I know some of you who have been hurt will not want to think about, oh, you actually did something for this to actually happen. But in actual fact, everything is a sequence. Even like for something to happen to us outside, there has to be a sequence of us stepping out the door. There has to be us thinking of something and then doing stuff and taking forms of action for something to happen. So what does this mean? There is no such thing, and those of you who are used to my videos, I want you to type this below. There is no such thing as an action without a reaction. What does this mean? Life, everyone around us is purely a reaction to how we are and what we put out into this world. Now I know, knowing this truth for a lot of people will not be like, oh, this is great, I'm feeling great now. Instead, it'll kind of go to like unravel another truth, which is kind of like, I hate myself for like manifesting this or whatever you think, you know. But actually also understand that everything happens for a reason, right? Like nothing happens by accident, everything happens for a reason. And every time there's a challenge, when we're able to grow from that challenge, learn from that challenge, think about it. Now we can play our next game much better than we played it before. Instead of getting hurt, now we can say, hey, how do we better look after ourselves to not get hurt in the next situation? Now, when we come to understand this, how do we actually deal with the hurt? How do we deal with the pain? For me, how I always look at it, whether it be in relationships, whatever context it's in, I always look at it in this sense. I say, hey, if right now, right, I'm looking at this and I'm saying, I've been hurt, somebody's did XYZ to me, or you know, just made me really, really unhappy. What I actually think is, by me thinking about this, how does it serve me right now? This is what I want you to think about right now. In this peace and quiet, think about it. By you thinking the way you do, right? If somebody has hurt you, right, that's the past, it's gone, right? It doesn't matter how you think about it right now, there's nothing that can change that. However, something can change the way you feel right now, and something can change the way you're going to be feeling in the future, right? What's going to happen in the future? So right now, what's most important for you is to recognize by feeling the way you do not benefit anymore. In fact, you are bringing the past into the present and also into the future. So instead of thinking that way, how about we learn to let go? We take a deep breath in and out, and we come to the acknowledgement and say, the past is the past, it's done with. Who am I choosing to be right now? Who am I choosing to be going forward? And understand, negative vibrational frequency that we hold will also always attract only negative vibrations. What do you want to attract going forward? And whenever I've thought like that, it gives me no choice, no excuses, but to think of the positive when the negative also exists. Right? This is a big realization and truth that I could not really face for a long time, until I started to practice it. And yes, I'm saying practice because you can't just say, I'll be positive and you'll be positive straight away. It takes practice to actually know how to make this switch. But let me tell you something. When you're able to make the switch, whenever negativity happens in your life and you're able to just think straight away, okay, what's the positive, right? What's happening right now? How do I let it go? What's the future, right? When I'm able to think like that, the negative, when you don't apply energy to it, it starts to subside and it starts to dissipate and disappear, right? Always understand, what you focus on expands. Don't focus on the negative. Focus on the positive. And now, today, right now, is the time to change your life around. Guys, if this video has been of any use to you whatsoever, please do hit the thumbs up. Also, comment below. Let us know maybe what you guys are going through. That's always nice to know as well. You know, as these we're sharing and we all understand that everybody goes through pain as well. And finally, if you're new to this channel and you haven't already, remember to hit that subscribe button and the notifications button next to it. That's a little bell sign, by the way, because this year I'm dedicated to making daily videos to hold you accountable to make it your best year yet. But for now, guys, see you later. Ciao. Wow, good to get out of this rain. Oh, we've got a few things that's happening soon. An India trip. It's going to be a very long India trip, and we're going to take you along the journey. So, what are we going to get up to today? Okay, let's get ourselves here. Breathe into the stretch. Jump down with dog. Feel the stretch. Okay, this is a very good stretch here. 1 foot forward and down. Now it's very important to feel the tension in the thigh and the leg at this point. Just when you release the tension, when it's feeling that tension, it's actually breathing and releasing that stress as well. It's very important to do everything in mirroring, so we have to do the other side as well. Make sure we get this muscle here, this stretch happening here. Focus on the breath. And back out. Downward dog. This is our home position now. Heels down, feet together. Feel the stretch. And are you ready for this one? This is the ultimate jump here, okay? So, I'm getting really nervous just showing you guys this. Okay, sometimes I fall flat on my face. Not setting that intention right now, but just in case this happens, let's, no, it won't happen. Okay, you ready for this? It's one jump into a very extreme pose, okay? And I'm scared. Why am I feeling fear here? When the camera's not on me, I feel less fear. Okay, let's do it, Eric. Feel the fear and do it anyway. Okay, one jump. Ready for this? 3, 2, and whoa, nearly. One more. We're gonna try kick this way, okay? Now, I want you guys to be careful when you practice this at home because it's very extreme. And it goes like this. Yeah, that will do for today. Anyway, guys, do check out the other videos if you haven't already. Namaste to you all. Get practicing yoga. Yoga is like one of those one mountain after another. One asana is like a mountain to climb. Practice, get good at it. Body connection, mind connection, spirit connection. This will also help your manifestation, by the way. Have a blessed day.